What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Mita James Talks. Today we'll be talking about, stop cutting off everybody. What happened to good communication skills? And then also, does everybody even need to be cut off? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but social media has convinced us that sometimes it's easier to cut people off than learn how to communicate. We live in a world today where people are not focused on communicating, working through hard issues. If somebody disappoints you, cut them off. If they don't agree with you have to say, cut them off. If they don't respond the way you expect them to, oh, they're toxic, cut them off. Somebody makes a mistake in your life. Oh, I'm protecting my peace. I gotta cut them off. But at what point do us having these types of boundaries and actually setting boundaries for the people that we're around, right? And having standards for our lives and for ourselves and being able to have uncomfortable conversations with our friends, family, and maybe your intimate partner or your husband or your wife, right? You gotta be able to have uncomfortable conversations, asking hard questions to one another. It's so important. And then at the end of the day, maybe everybody is not toxic. Maybe sometimes they just don't agree with you or the way you're living or whatever the case may be. Maybe sometimes we just don't know how to communicate or even articulate how we feel. Or have we not learned how to be emotionally intelligent in order to maintain relationships over time? I mean, EQ is very important. The older you get, the more you have to be aware of your surroundings and understanding your room. I mean, this is something that I still work on to this day because I can be a little naive. I want to talk to everybody, I want to ask questions, and sometimes I can be a little bit, I guess you could say, on the edge of that gray area with my communication style. So what am I doing? I'm doing my best to understand different type of communication styles. I'm trying to understand and be self-aware when it comes to how I communicate with someone, right? There's so many different things that have become these catchphrases when it comes to social media. Protecting my peace, cutting people off. Oh, I'm protecting my energy. Oh, know your worth. Remove your access from someone. But do we always need to go to that extent? Right? You have to think about it. Are you building your network? Are you building this people around you that actually support you or have shown that they support you because you're unwilling to have that uncomfortable conversation? Sometimes you have to take a step back, take a deep breath, woosah, and understand the value that you get. Now, at some point, some people do need to be cut off, right? They're wrong. They may no longer serve a purpose in your life, and vice versa. But some relationships absolutely need to end. I mean, if they're manipulative, they're continuously toxic, repeated disrespect, or, is not in the best of your well being, or it's risky to even be around them. I mean, but I'm talking about ordinary relationships, right? Where people have misunderstandings, disappointment. Simply, they just probably don't agree with you, which is fine. I think we shouldn't be surrounded with a ton of people who are nothing but a bunch of yes men. I mean, we've all seen how people who say yes to everything and agree with everything that you do, I mean, are they beneficial to you if they can't tell you the truth? If they can't be honest with how they perceive you? I mean, maybe it's only in that moment. I mean, is everything that a person does in a relationship bad? No. For the most part, it's not, right? That's why sometimes people stay, or sometimes people try to patch up those relationships or try to maintain those relationships. Do all fit in that bucket? No. As you know, they don't, which is perfectly fine, right? It's perfectly fine if those relationships do not fit for you. But have we become so focused on protecting our peace that we've forgotten sometimes that relationships require comfortable situations where you have to have uncomfortable conversations. This also allows us to tear back the layers, right? Of course, it's sort of like an onion. Everybody got these boundaries up and these walls up based on past experiences, good, bad, or indifferent. Mostly bad experiences that they're trying to rightfully so protect themselves from. But at the end of the day, we're human. We all make mistakes. We all want to recover, hopefully. We all are looking to heal and become better people, ideally. This is what most people have good intentions, not only for themselves, but for others. Now, there are some people out here that don't have good intentions. And the more discernment you have and the more spiritually in tune you are, God and Holy Spirit will always guide you to remove those individuals from your life or think about why they're even in your life in general, right? And sometimes you learn different lessons from them, and sometimes they're valuable, but only for that moment, right? And then you have to reassess it and where you're going and how you're elevating. Because people operate in so many, I call it dimensions, right? You can be in 3D, 4D, 5D, but we all know for the spiritually in tune individuals that there has definitely been an upgrade that has taken place, and you can see it in various people's lives, and you also can see the frustration in individuals who have not possibly taken the upgrade as they should. So at the end of the day, this can be one of the strongest pieces of your relationship is to try to have uncomfortable conversations and um, talk through things and express your concerns or your feelings and get to a better place. And usually when people do this, they get to a new depth in their relationships, and they get to new levels of respect, and they also learn. I mean, communication is key. I'm learning that more and more as you continue to elevate, being able to master communication, practice communication, understand where you are from a health and wellness perspective can help with that, because you could be dealing with some things or the other person can be dealing with some things that's like throwing them off right now. And being considerate and having some grace with the people that you love or people that you care about, I think is definitely a genuine gesture. um, Sometimes, right, we're angry with somebody for either saying something or we feel violated of our boundaries, and we never actually get the opportunity to have that casual conversation or that uncomfortable conversation based on communication. In today's world, we're just cutting people off, and if you do that, who are you left with? And a lot of times you build a lot of your friendships early on in your in your journey of life, and then sometimes you don't get the opportunity or not in a place where you can continue to build those relationships, especially if you're not intentional the older you get. So at the end of the day, hopefully this is relatable to you guys and you start thinking about things a little differently, because at the end of the day, I've always heard that your net work equals your net worth. So building a group of people that support you, that you can support, that are there for you, and they don't you don't have to talk to them every day or what have you, but be very discerning of who those people are and be willing to have um, good communication with those individuals to continue to maintain those relationships, grow those relationships, and sustain them over time. So maybe your friend doesn't call enough. It's okay, right? You got more friends to talk to. But at the end of the day, they're your friend. And if you've identified them as a friend, most likely they're a friend for life. And friends are hard to come by. So I'll leave you with that. Think twice before cutting people off. Have the hard conversations. It may be worth it.